Allah addressed only angels and required them to obey Adam. Iblis, who according to the Quran was not an angel, refused to agree, refused to bow his head to the authority of Adam when granted by God. But he was not addressed. So this is the example I am giving, that sometimes chiefs are addressed, or a people who dominate the area are addressed, and people other than chiefs who are below them, and the people who do not belong to the same denomination as is being addressed are also understood to follow the same teaching. Because essentially the teaching is from God and is for the improvement of the behavior of mankind. So they should also be addressed. So those Muslims or Ahmadis who sometimes get involved in this discussion that the teaching of Judaism or Christianity was limited in the sense that it could not be benefited from by the people who did not belong to the children of Israel are wrong. I don't agree with them. Right?
Your second question was
yes.
about menses.
What was it? Menses and prayers. According to the Holy Quran, this is a consideration for the ladies out of a situation which they cannot handle. It's impossible for them to control. Any person, whether he is a man or a woman, when he is saying prayers, if he bleeds, if he excretes something, his ablution is broken and the prayer is no longer valid. So the ladies are not exceptionally treated. It is a case of their state of affairs with ladies where they are constantly breaking their ablution. And without ablution there can be no prayer. So men are not exempt from that. You understand?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Hazur, next question is from Mr. Kailash Chandar from Leamington Spa.
Leamington Spa, right?
Mr. Kailash Chandar.
My first question is...
Could you kindly come closer to the microphone, please? Yes.
My first question is, how can humankind adopt the way and means to be a peaceful in the world? Some people, they say that we are Sikhs, Hindu, Muslim and Christians. And that's my question.
Please sit down. You can ask your second question afterwards. The question is this division causing disorder in the world? The division of mankind into Sikhs, Muslims and Hindus? Or is it something else? Do those who call themselves Muslim truly belong to Islam and its teachings? Do those who call themselves Sikhs truly belong to the teachings of Hazrat Guru Baba Nanak and other gurus? That is the question which has to be addressed. If they had belonged truly to the teachings of their founders, then they could not have disturbed the peace of man in any manner of speaking. Because go to the sources and you cannot quote a single exemption from the rule which I am quoting. Moses was peaceful. It was Pharaoh and his people who broke the peace. Moses was not only peace, Jesus was peaceful, of course. Who broke the peace? His enemies. Prophet Muhammad was peaceful. Who broke the peace? His enemies. So also Hazrat Guru Baba Nanak may call any religious leader Hazrat Krishna. And the same applies to them. They never pleaded for disorder, and the earlier people who believed in them also stood for order in life. So if later on those who apparently belong to them, but in reality do not belong to them, if they introduce their differences into human affairs in the name of God, then who is responsible? Not God, but they themselves. But apart from that, you should remember that it is not religions which are initially responsible for lack of peace in the world today. There are very few examples of disturbance of peace in the name of religion. Most disorders are political in nature, even if religious in name. What is happening in the world of Islam is a struggle for getting to power in the name of religion by the mullahs, in the name of politics by the non-religious people of the same country. It's always political ends which play a role in the society, which decides the issues of peace or lack of peace. Now, those who want to rise to power in the name of religion, when they employ that name, their concept of religion will automatically come into play. If the concept is distorted, even then God is not to be blamed. Like I said about the medieval mullahs in Islam. They share this age with us, but they live in the medieval ages. When they misbehave for the sake of power, they always do it for the sake of power. Remember this. For their own ulterior motives to be served by a religion they are supposed to serve. But then they do it with the distorted concept of that religion, which is their own distorted concept, and which, when practiced, would always create problems. So God is absolved, and truly religion is absolved of what you're telling me.